Alright, I am on part 2 of this video. Now, yesterday's video, we got us to this level of riding to the Prospect Heights Trail. And today, we are actually riding the trail. So I'm going slower here because I just bumped my mirror by accident. I need to make an adjustment. Here we go. So as I mentioned on yesterday's video, or maybe it was 2 days ago, depending on when I released this video, I mentioned that it was kind of rainy. You see the trail still is kind of wet. And I'm trying my best to do most of this ride with pedal assist level 1, throttling very minimally, and if needed, instead of throttling, trying to move the pedal assist from 1 to 2 to 3, because it was said that I'm gonna have to throttle up here. All right. See, now this throttling here got me to 741 watts, which ate up a lot of power. But since I was so slow, even trying to hit pedal assist level 2 or 3 wouldn't really have helped me too much, because I don't have enough momentum going forward to get the thing turning fast enough. You know, on the Rad power bikes, the pedal assist doesn't kick in right away. There's a slight delay and then it kicks in. So you almost kind of need to use the throttle or something to move you along faster. Okay, I have a car who's letting me through. And in those instances there where you need to get through fast, you're kind of better off to use the throttle. You don't have time to play games with the assist levels. We're going up a hill here. So I'm going to pop it to assist level 3, and 3 is giving me 347 watts. Now that's better than hitting 750 by accident. Then I'll drop it back down to 1 once I've hit the top. This is this back and forth business. I don't know whether this is going to wear this thing out in the long run or not, but it should give me more range. Now we traveled quite a distance to get to the trail. Now we're at the trail. We've done about 7 miles or something like that, give or take already. And my battery is still 5 out of 5 right now. Because of the fact that it's a weekday, the streets we're passing are going to be more lined up with cars. So we do have to wait to pass. And when I cross this stuff, I will throttle it. Because again, you don't have time to play games with the pedal assist to get past the intersection. And those cars come on pretty quickly. So you need to get past that intersection as fast as you can. Humidity is really high right now. I think it's like 95, 98%. But it's not raining on me, so that's a good thing. The trail itself is wet, but you know, it's not bad. You're not splashing up or anything like that. So yeah, on pedal assist level 1, you're doing 35 to 71 watts of power. So that should conserve quite a bit. Now here's the thing. If I hit the end of the trail, I could just turn around and come right back again. Then I know exactly how many miles I've done, because the odometer will tell me how many miles I've ridden, and then I know I have the exact same amount of miles to get back. Hang around home, ride around in circles until the battery exhausts. But that's boring. I'd rather ride around areas I've never been to if I'm going to do that. But the problem is if I'm riding around in this general area, how do I know I have enough battery power to get back home? See, that's the problem all the time. Nobody really knows. But I know I could do at least 25 total miles and I still have battery power. I've moved myself to level 2 because we're going up a hill. Yeah, the question really is whether you like leisurely rides. I gotta move to 3 because we're going up a harder hill. This is now 347 watts. Still better than 750. Back down to 1 now. We've got to cross the street, which of course means we got to stop. Make sure there's no cars. And again, to start the bike, okay, so I'm not using the throttle. You can see how slow we get across the road. To start the bike, I have to throttle it to get the bike moving forward a little bit. That, of course, gets us to 750 watts. So every time you stop and start again, you're going to eat up that 750 watts. But for me, that is the easiest thing to do. Now, throughout my ride, I usually see little notifications pop up on my screen on my phone. It's usually you guys making comments. Just got a comment from Jim, our buddy who is the donut provider at the various farmers markets. And so he left me a comment. I didn't get a chance to read it well enough though. I'll respond back to him a little later, since we're in the middle of a ride. Anyways, he tells me that he's wanting to ride along with me. And yeah, it'll be good to have a buddy ride along with me that can keep up with me. I've always wondered, you know, others who might want to ride with me and they have regular bikes, they may not be able to keep up. I know my wife can't keep up with me, and it takes forever to go someplace because of that. But she's got a normal bike. She doesn't have an e-bike. So here we are again at the electrical field. I call it an electrical field because it is. You could literally hear the crackling and the humming of electricity as you pass this thing. As scary as this thing is, believe it or not, I think it's probably my favorite part of the path. You could hear this thing humming. So you wonder how much electricity is hitting the air and you're getting zapped by electrical waves or something. Because I heard before some people were saying that when they touch their metal parts on their bike, when they go underneath high tension wires, they can feel a little zap. And that's been confirmed by a number of people. So that means electricity is being generated and zapping your body. This is not the safest thing to be near. I could hear that thing buzzing. Alright, so how are we doing for battery? 5 out of 5. How many miles have I ridden? 8 miles. So anyways, I did 25 miles, still had 3 bars on my battery meter. Drops down to 2 bars when you hit the throttle, so I call that 2.5 then. These battery meters are not linear, okay? Meaning, when it's at 2 bars, that's not the same linear drop. It starts dropping off really fast after that, okay? So it's not really the best way of metering. I really kind of wish it had something similar to some of the other bikes that have a digital percentage, you can see the percentage dropping. That's more accurate. So this is a cheaper display, of course. So yeah, if you're not interested in speed, you can go some distance. Now here's an interesting thing. I've read, you know, sometimes I read on these various Facebook groups, people, okay, I shouldn't laugh, but I guess I always do, is how sometimes people will misspell things. Like, my brakes are not doing well. Brake, B-R-E-A-K, that's like broken. That's not brake. Brake is B-R-A-K-E. That's your brakes. Okay. And here's another funny thing that I noticed. People don't know what to call a regular bike. So, you know, the term digital, the non-digital terminology would be analog, right? So they call non-electric bikes analog bikes. That's actually not a correct terminology, because a bike that's electric is not a digital bike. All right? So you can't really call the non-electric bike an analog bike, because it isn't. So here's my favorite one, okay? Now you know that if you have an electric guitar, what is the non-electric guitar called? It's called an acoustic guitar, right? So I read somebody who wrote down they've got an acoustic bike. Really? I think that was the best one. Acoustics has to do with audio. It's an audio bike? Yeah, I get a kick out of some things. I shouldn't laugh at people, sorry. But some things just make you laugh. Now I'm not laughing at them, I'm just laughing at the usage. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. I just call it a normal bike. You can call it a non-electric bike, I guess. Standard bike, full mechanical bike, I don't know what you want to call it. Of course these are mechanical too, but there's an electrical component to it with the battery. So yeah, it's taken us a little bit longer to go through the path, you know, doing pedal assist 1. I'm not pedaling really hard. If I pedaled hard, I would be able to go faster. But I'm not pedaling hard. I'm pedaling at a easy pace. And again, my gears are sitting at number 5 right now. I'm gonna drop it down to 4. If you drop it to 4, you rotate more. You don't go any further, but you rotate easier. So with the rotation I'm doing on 4, it's jumping again between 35 and 70 watts of power. And let's go back to 5. 4 seems like I'm just rotating too much. And the more you rotate, the more those little magnets that are on the crankset turn, and of course that gives you more assist because it's moving. Alright. Let's go up this hill with number 2. Yeah, we did the head nod. And sometimes you have to do the head nod because people have earbuds on, which he did. So had I given him a verbal, he would have never heard it anyways. Alright. Alright, so again, full throttle to get over this. That's 746 watts. And then I let go of the throttle and I glide on down. Yeah, if you can coast, you should coast. That'll give you more range. So you pedal a little bit and you coast. Alright, the timer says it's time to switch out the camera again. We know we got a minute to do that. So let me do that right here. Hold on. All right, I'm back. And again, as I start up the bike, I have to hit that throttle. Every time you hit that throttle, you eat up some power. But again, I'm testing real world situation here, and that's what I will always be doing. So yeah, that's how it is. You notice the vegetation on either side of it is more grown. Let me angle up if you can see. They don't cut some of these down. I did see a guy the other day with herbicide. He was spraying certain plants. So apparently they grow these plants specifically. So some areas they cut, some areas they don't. And the guys were out cutting lawn as well. Let's see how this dog does with me. Morning. How you doing? Well, the dog was fine with me. Some dogs come after you. Other dogs would care less about you. Alright, we're going to hit level 2 and pass them. On your left. Let's hit level 3. Kind of going up a hill. I know sometimes the hills you can't really see too much. I'll go back down to 2 now. Back and forth business here. Yeah, some of them you can't really see, but you can definitely feel it. Alright. You guys should be recognizing these areas pretty much now, huh? Yeah, it's humid, but because it's about 70 degrees or so, I don't know, did I set the clock on this thing? I did not. Reset the clock here. 70 degrees, but because of the humidity, you can feel the humidity, but with the wind blowing on you going forward, it's not that bad. If you didn't have that wind blowing on you, then that high humidity would start getting to you. So why do I keep coming out to the Prospect Heights Trail? Here's why. Because it feels like I'm going some distance. That's why. And for a good part of that distance, we're on a trail. We're not on streets. We're dealing with cars. We had to deal with the cars to get here, but a lot of it we're actually on the trail, not dealing with the cars. I kind of like that. I mean, doing the 3-mile circular forest preserve ride is okay, you know, if you just want to get a bunch of miles in, but it just starts getting tiring going around in the circles, not really feeling like you're getting anywhere. Here I'm going in one straight path, going some distance, coming back the same straight path, getting some distance. I actually like that better. That's why I keep coming back to the trail here. Okay. Now, I would like to find other trails to go to, but again, there's only so many of these, and the other one would probably be Bussy Woods, which I would like to do, but I don't know if I'd have enough battery power to get there and to get back, and I do have to cross some major streets to do it. So I'm still kind of working that out in my head. If there's a easier way. I've checked the bike map program and it doesn't seem to be so. You do have to take, you know, if you have to take the big streets, you have to take the big streets. If there's no other small streets to take, you've got no choice. And I haven't seen anything that is too easy to take. And some of those roads, I know that the guys are not very careful when they're driving around there. This is why I'm a little nervous sometimes taking that kind of thing. It's not me, it's the other guy. That's the stuff you're always worried about, it's the other guy. All right, we're back in the Park District here. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming along on the ride. Let me go this way here. Whoops, I'm gonna go up this grass for a second here. And if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time.